Last year, I became a mom, and then at 9 months postpartum, I ran a 1:27 half marathon, and at 11 months postpartum, I ran a 3:19 marathon. It's definitely been challenging, but it's been so much fun being a mom, working full-time, and training. I had to navigate recovering from childbirth, breastfeeding, being a new mom, and returning to the work field, so running was much lower on the priority list. But now we have a better routine down, my body is so much stronger, and I've finished up breastfeeding. So at this point, I'm able to give a little bit more time and energy to training. I'm so excited to be training for a fall marathon to see what I can do. I have a big goal of running sub 3:10, and there are a few key ways that I'm working to improve my time that are realistic for me and that fit my family. In this video, I'm going to share those with you guys and show you how I'm putting them into action. Good morning. Today on the agenda, I've got a hill workout with about 8 miles total, but instead I'm running 5 miles. And no, it's not because I don't want to do my workout. It's actually because I am a mom, wife, I work full time, and this morning I just don't have enough time to get in the entire workout. I have enough time to get in about 45 minutes, and so I'm out here ready to run 5 easy miles. Previously, I've been a lot more rigid on my schedule and what days I have workouts planned for, but having a kid, a husband, and a full-time job, that's just not how it always goes. Today, I'm already out here at 5 a.m., and I only have about 45 minutes until my husband leaves for work. So even if I start my hill workout, there's no way that I'm going to finish it. So this training block, I'm really trying to focus on having enough time to get my key workouts in, so that's maybe my speed workouts or my long run. And if something's gonna get cut short, I want it to be maybe an easy run. And by doing that, I'm maximizing the value of my training because I know there's going to be days in the week when things don't go to plan or I don't have quite as much time as I need. I think by making these adjustments with my scheduling and being flexible, this will really help me in my training and help me improve because I'm still getting in those crucial workouts and I'm also still getting in my easy runs, but those easy runs are what may get cut short if I don't have quite as much time as I'd hope to on a given day. Now, it doesn't always work out that way, but I am doing my best to try and put workouts on days that I do have a little bit more time or flexibility with our schedule, and putting easy runs or off days on days where our day looks a little more crazy or busy and I don't have as much time. And that's why this morning I'm doing 5 easy miles instead of my 8-mile hill workout. To start work, I'm back from my run and I've got a little bit of breakfast right here. So what I'm about to eat is a quesadilla with some ham, egg, cheese, and broccoli in it. That doesn't sound like the best combo, but it really is so yummy. Trust me, don't knock it till you try it. And then I've just got a little bit of fruit. And also, please disregard the wall color. We recently moved here and I just haven't had a chance to paint, and I think this was a little girl's room, and so that is the current color of my office. So since finishing up my run, I've gotten my son up, I've gotten ready for work, and then now made my breakfast, so it's been a little bit of time. And one thing that I'm really trying to focus on is eating before and after a run as close to it as possible. I am helping my body just really kickstart recovery, and so right when I finished my run, I went ahead and had a smoothie, which I had planned to add a few clips right before this of that, and so that was the smoothie that I had directly after my run, just so that I could still get some good carbs and protein in right after my run. And then this morning, right before I started, I made sure to eat an oat bite, and I'll show you guys those. I'm actually about to add a video of what all I put in my oat bites if anyone's interested in that. It's pretty simple and sits really well in my stomach, but just allows me to, again, get a little bit of fuel in before my run. So really just focusing on getting some fuel in before, fuel in after, so that I'm not running fasted and that I am able to recover even quicker when I get finished. And I've not always been great about that because life gets crazy and I end up forgetting to eat. So just making sure I have some options available and trying to be consistent with that. And that's another way that I'm focusing on details so that I can get better in my marathon and run a faster time this fall. I've got a meeting about to start, so I'm gonna try and eat this pretty quickly and get started with my workday. And I'll catch you guys later. It's now Thursday. I got my workout in this morning. I was able to swap that hill workout and get it in then. Matthew was able to watch Stetson, so it just worked out a lot better today with our schedule. And now the work day's over. We've made it to Friday evening and I'm at the gym about to get a strength workout in. So this is another area that I'm planning on focusing on so that I can improve my marathon time this fall. So there's a lot of other times where I've done some strength training. Sorry, 1 second, gotta refill. There you go. So there's a lot of other times that I've done strength training, but usually once my mileage starts going up, we start getting in the middle of the training block, I just really get inconsistent, kind of fall off the wagon. But I do think it's really crucial for injury prevention and getting stronger. And so really trying to stay on it this time, being a lot more flexible and just kind of setting aside time to be able to do that strength training, even if it's only about 20 to 30 minutes. So today that looks like our kiddo being with us and Matthew and I both being here and just kind of tag teaming. And sometimes it looks like being in the garage at home with some dumbbells, and sometimes it's in the living room floor doing body weight things with Stetson climbing up on top of me. But today getting in some chest and legs, planning to get about 20 to 30 minutes of work in, and that'll do it for today. Then planning to just get some groceries, get some dinner, get to bed, and have a long run in the morning tomorrow. Good morning, happy Saturday. It's so bright and early. I am heading out this morning at 4:31 in the morning, trying to get a long run done pretty early. I am actually going to my first group run at 6 o'clock this morning. Got invited by a friend, so excited about that. But with the way our schedule is going, it was really best for me to do my long run and be done by the time this group run was over. We've got plans tomorrow being Sunday, so just really can't swap it either. So super early morning it is. I usually do not run this early. But basically this gives a pretty good example of another way that I believe I will get faster in the fall in my marathon. So one of the things that's changed and has been a really big deal is that my son is getting a little bit older and I am getting a little bit more sleep at night. So some of the harder things that come with having a smaller baby, a newborn, for anybody that's gone through it, you would know that as the baby gets older, it gets a little bit easier in terms of sleep and routine and schedule and things like that. So with me running that marathon post-baby at 11 months pregnant, there was a majority of my training where, one, I was trying to come back from having a baby, so you had the physical side of it in that area. And then also there was the things like not sleeping. We had a lot of nights where I was up a lot, whether that had been feeding him or just having a rough night. And then also, along with that, I was breastfeeding. I breastfed Stetson up until about a month ago. And so that has also been kind of a new change. So I'm really thankful that I was able to do it that long. But now, just in a little bit of a different season. Stetson's getting a little bit older. Our routine's a little more structured and seems like we've kind of got something that's working and it's worked for a while instead of the constant change. And so going to a group run at 6 a.m., getting up at 4 and going to run is a little bit more of something that I can do now and still be able to function. So I was able to go to bed a little bit earlier, actually sleep through the night, and then now get up. So even though it's really early, I'm not getting up early as well as having a lot of broken sleep. So that's another way that really isn't something that I'm necessarily changing, but I do think that that'll be really beneficial to me running an even faster marathon. And now I'm going to snack on my yummy little oat bite, and then I'm gonna go start a long run. The goal is to get in 8 miles before 6 a.m. We'll see if we can do it. Hey guys, we've made it to Sunday evening and I just wrapped up my week of training. I just finished up an easy run of 40 minutes and got about 4.5 miles in, which actually gets me to about 38 miles this week, I believe. And this brings me into the last and probably the easiest to guess way that I'm planning to improve my marathon time this fall, and that is increasing my mileage. Past years I dealt with a lot of injuries, and then with having a baby and getting back into running, I just have never been a high mileage person. I kind of have hopes of being one, but not there yet. And so in my previous marathon, I averaged, I believe, a little under 40 miles a week, and then I peaked at like 45, something like that, and that was with an 18 miler in the week. So it really wasn't getting super high mileage, was just kind of training a little more intensely and trying to get quality workouts in, which worked to an extent, but I feel like I'm at a point where if I want to step up my game, I also need to step up my mileage. And so I'm really trying to be smart about it and increase slowly, planning to increase about 5 to 10% a week. And right now I'm at 38 miles a week, like I mentioned. However, I only ran 11 miles for my long run. So kind of a big swap from where I was before in terms of getting most of my mileage from my long run. And so I know as I bump up my long run and get farther into training, I'm planning to increase my mileage to hopefully average closer to 50 miles a week in my peak weeks and max out closer to 60. And I'm hoping that'll pay off. It's gonna take a little bit more time, but I'm trying to schedule in the time to make it happen because I think that's important for me to improve my time. And that will pretty much wrap up all the ways that I'm trying to improve my marathon time this fall. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this has been helpful in giving some realistic ways to possibly improve a marathon time or really any kind of fitness and running. And so I'm also gonna be trying to keep up with and stay consistent in these things as well as marathon training really ramps up in the next few weeks. I'm really excited to see how this build goes and to continue sharing with you guys. Really hoping to put together a week of workouts or something like that soon so you can see what a typical day or week looks like as a mom and wife who works full-time and who's also really trying to run a sub 3:10 marathon this fall. Stay tuned for that video and I will see you guys in the next one.